Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to unpack a really simple AI hack that basically acts like a ruthless venture capitalist for any of your business ideas. Seriously, we'll show you how it can save you months of work, thousands of dollars, by telling you if your idea is destined to fail, all in about 5 minutes.
You know that feeling, right? It always starts with that spark, that million-dollar idea you are just convinced is going to be the next big thing. We've all been there, scribbling on a napkin, pacing around at 3 a.m., just buzzing with the potential of it all.
But look, the biggest challenge isn't really coming up with the idea. It's getting a truly honest, kind of brutal analysis of its chances. We all fall in love with our own concepts, and let's be honest, our friends are usually too nice to crush our dreams. But what if an AI with zero feelings to hurt could just give you the unvarnished truth in minutes? To see how this all works, we're going to follow a real-world case study. It kicks off with a pretty simple idea for a super common problem, but it leads to the creation of this powerful AI tool that can validate any business. So the idea is simple, and honestly super relatable: a minoxidil gummy. I mean, hair loss is a massive market, but the solutions we have now, pills, messy topical liquids, they're just a daily hassle. The whole concept here is to turn that tedious routine into a simple, even tasty, treat.
But here is the genius move. The goal wasn't just to research this one single idea. No, it was to build a reusable AI co-pilot, an agent specifically designed to stress test any business idea they could dream up down the line. You see, they weren't just fishing, they were building the ultimate fishing rod.
Okay, let's really dive into this part, because this is the core secret to unlocking that powerful AI analysis. It's not about writing one perfect prompt. It's actually a really clever two-step process to force the AI to think on a much, much deeper level.
The process is just brilliant in its simplicity. So, step one is what we call the meta prompt. Instead of writing the final prompt yourself, you actually command the AI to become an expert prompt engineer and write it for you. You're getting it to use its own knowledge of its own brain. Then comes step two, the challenge. You just don't accept its first attempt. You push back, you challenge it, and you force it to refine and improve its own work. Now, this challenge phase uses this fascinating technique. By claiming its first prompt is, a 7 out of 10 and that a competitor did better, you're pretty much gaslighting the AI. And it works. Because the model is trained to be helpful and to be correct, this kind of competitive feedback triggers its core programming to come back with something way more comprehensive and detailed. It's a clever little psychological trick for a non-human mind.
And the result of that whole two-step process is this powerful AI persona. It's not just a research assistant anymore, it's an elite venture capital partner, ready to give you the kind of unfiltered, expert-level feedback that could literally save you a fortune.
So, with the business idea validator all built out and armed with its ruthless VC persona, it was time for the ultimate test. This was the moment of truth. It was time to feed it that original minoxidil gummy idea. The final prompt they fed to the AI laid out the vision perfectly: a science-backed, convenient, and tasty solution for a really widespread problem. I mean, on paper, the market potential looked absolutely enormous. But what would the ruthless AI think?
So, how did our little AI validator do? Well, it delivered exactly what was asked for: a comprehensive, completely unfiltered, and truly brutal breakdown of the entire business concept. And this, right here, this is where the AI's value becomes crystal clear. It didn't just give a simple yes or no, it provided actual nuance. On one hand, it pointed out the graveyard, basically saying the market is littered with hundreds of failed generic biotin gummies. But on the other hand, it identified the white space, a potential opening for a medically potent prescription-grade product. A real pharmaceutical, not just some casual snack.
And here it is, the killer insight. The AI found a fundamental scientific conflict. It turns out the active ingredients you need for real science-backed results, well, they tend to degrade in the high heat of gummy manufacturing. Plus, they face super strict pharmaceutical regulations. The core idea was actually flawed from the start. So, crucially, the AI didn't just point out problems. It gave an actionable roadmap. It laid out the must-have team for day one: a formulation scientist, a performance marketer, and a legal shark for the regulations. See, this isn't just a critique, it's a blueprint for what it would actually take to succeed. So, while the minoxidil gummy idea turned out to be incredibly difficult, maybe even impossible as they imagined it,
The real victory here wasn't about that specific idea at all. It was about the powerful tool they created to test it.
And this is the key takeaway for you. This two-step meta prompt and challenge process. It's not a one-off trick. It's a powerful, repeatable framework that you can use right now to get brutally honest, expert-level feedback on your own ideas. Think of all the wasted effort you could save.
So that really just leaves one final question. You now have the framework to build your own ruthless AI copilot, one that's going to give you the hard truths that other people won't. The only question is, which of your billion ideas is brave enough to face the test first?